Okay, in lesson 6, we are going to look at the order of operations. So, what I'd like you to do first is I want you to take a second, pause the video, and evaluate the following expression. Check your answer with the person sitting next to you. So, pause the video right now, take a second to do this problem, and then check with the person sitting next to you to see if they got the same answer. Okay, so looking at this problem, let's see who actually did it correctly. So this is a multiplication symbol, just so we know. We are going to evaluate this using the order of operations, which hopefully some of you will remember as please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So that's the order in which we evaluate operations and expressions. So please excuse my dear, and I write it this way as I think is a smart idea to do it. That way it will help us when we get to the multiplication and division, addition and subtraction piece. So P stands for parentheses. We always start with our parentheses. E stands for exponent, so I'm just going to put a little x with a little 2 to show an exponent. M is multiplication, D is division, A is addition, and S is subtraction. So that's the order in which we do it. Parentheses and exponents first. Then, if we get to multiplication, this track here, why I put it this way is that if there's multiplication and division in a problem, when you get to this point, you're supposed to work left to right. So this does not mean you do multiplication before division always. What it means is you do it from left to right. So multiplication or division, left to right. The same thing goes with addition and subtraction. Once you get down to this part of the problem, when there's addition and subtraction left, you work left to right. So it doesn't always mean that addition will go first. It's whichever one is closer to the left in the problem. So looking at this problem, I do not see any parentheses. I do not see any exponents. So that brings us to the multiplication and division piece. There is a multiplication problem. There is a division problem. We are going to work left to right since there are both. In this case, the multiplication is further to the left. So what I do is I use a method called box in and rewrite. So I box in the problem I'm going to be solving. I write down on the next line everything to the left of that box. I then do the math for what's inside the box. So 3 times 2 is 6. And then I continue writing everything after the box. This helps to keep it organized and to make sure I'm not making any mistakes in my order of operations. So now I'm still at the multiplication division because there's that division left. So I'm going to box in the division, rewrite everything before the box, do the math inside the box. So 8 divided by 4 is 2. And at this point, I'm left with addition and subtraction. Since there's both, I'm going to work left to right. So further to the left is the addition. I'm going to box that in. 5 plus 6 is 11. Copy what's after the box. My last step is to do the last operation, or 11 minus 2, which is 9. So my final answer to this problem would be 9. Okay, let's look at some more examples. So again, anytime I'm doing order of operation problems, I find it helpful to write PEMDAS down on my paper so that I know that I'm going in the correct order. So looking at number 1, this is the problem number right here, not part of it. I don't have any parentheses, I don't have any exponents, I don't have any multiplication or division, but I do have both addition and subtraction. Remember, when we have addition and subtraction, we're going to work left to right. So in this problem, the subtraction is further to the left. So that's the problem I'll do first. I box it in, nothing before it to rewrite. 4 minus 2 is 2. Write what's after the box, plus the 7. 2 plus 7 gives me my answer of 9. Looking at the second problem, I do have parentheses. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work within the parentheses. I'm going to box in the entire parentheses because there's only one operation inside of it. If there is more than one operation inside of it, the parentheses don't go away until everything inside the parentheses is completed. So since there's only one operation, I'm going to box the entire thing in, and when I get to the next line, those parentheses will go away. So I'm going to write everything before the box, 36 divided by, I would do 3 times 4, which is 12. And now notice there's no parentheses around the 12. They go away. Only one operation left, which is division. 36 divided by 12 is 3. Okay, for number 3, I do not have any parentheses, but I do have an exponent. I'm going to box in my exponent. I'm also recommending for exponents that you pull to the side to show the work. So remember, 2 squared means 2 2's multiplied together. So 2 times 2 gives us 4. So I'll copy down everything before the box, replace my box with the answer I got, and now I'm left with subtraction and multiplication. So if I look, multiplication comes before subtraction. So I'll box in my multiplication problem, copy down the 20 minus. 5 times 4 is 20. Last step, 20 minus 20 gives me 0. Okay, so looking at number 4, this is one that involves parentheses, and inside the parentheses there's more than one operation. So when that happens, you have to follow PEMDAS for what's inside the parentheses first. So if I look, I have 2 operations in here. I have addition and exponents. In the order of operations, exponents comes before addition. So I'm just going to box in my exponent. I'm not boxing in those parentheses. They stay there until everything inside the parentheses is complete. So I'm going to copy everything before it, 2 times parenthesis 3 plus. I'm going to pull to the side to show my work for my exponent. 4 squared means 2 4's multiplied together. 4 times 4 is 16. Make sure you're using 16 and not 8. Put the 16 in and complete the parenthesis. At this point in the problem, I still have parentheses, so I'll have to work there first. There's only one operation now inside those parentheses, so I'm going to box in the entire thing, which means on the next line, the parentheses will be gone. So before the box, I have 2 times. Inside, I have 3 plus 16, which is 19. I'm now left with one operation, and I get 38 as my answer. Now, looking at number 5 looks extremely similar to number 4. The difference is where the exponent is. In number 4, the exponent is directly attached to the 4 inside the parentheses. In number 5, the exponent is outside the parentheses. When that happens, what you're going to do is you're going to do what's inside the parentheses first and attach the exponent to that. So with PEMDAS, I'll be doing the parentheses first. There's only one operation inside there, so I'll box in the entire thing. Copy down what comes before the parentheses, 2 times. 3 plus 4 is 7, and then the exponent gets attached to the 7. Okay, so if you have an exponent outside a set of parentheses, do what's in the parentheses first, and then attach the exponent to that. So now I have multiplication and an exponent. I'll do my exponent first because exponents come before multiplication. Pull to the side to show my exponent work. 7 squared means 2 7's multiplied together. 7 times 7 is 49. On my next line, I'll get 2 times 49, and that gives me 98. Okay, so I'm really going to recommend that you do the box in and rewrite method. It will be helpful for you. Make sure that you are showing your exponent work to the side because that's where a lot of mistakes also happen. And look out for those exponents, whether they're inside the parentheses or outside, because even though we have the same exact numbers in these two problems, our answers are very different.